Steadily it rises.
Hey, it's ODB, the Lincoln Addict, back with the sold video for this 66 Lincoln Continental Convertible. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I did go through a deep dive on this 66 Lincoln Continental that you see here, and my gut feeling was it was going to go between 60 and 70, and as you can see here, it did not hit that number. I did, of course, mention that some of this is definitely a gamble, and I thought it's possible that it doesn't hit 60. Of course, it is an auction, and that is what happened. I do believe one of the things that somewhat hurt this auction was the seller was kind of non-existent in the majority of these auctions, like let's say like a 7-day auction. You do see here that he did chime in, but when you scroll down, there were just kind of a bunch of questions that folks were asking, and he did chime in here a couple times, so I don't want to say that he was 100% not there, but someone even made a comment like, hey, there's some kind of questions that are going unanswered. I wonder where the seller's at. And I do think that is a key thing, as I've said in the past, that you could imagine in the old school days, Auto Trader, you call a number and you ask the questions that you want to ask. Now in the newer school age, with these auctions being online, you would imagine typically you need to be there to answer the questions. So that, I think, is a key thing, and I've mentioned this before. The sellers that are active in the comments, especially on Bring a Trailer, definitely help, because when people go, hey, do the auto drops work? Hey, does such and such work? They're able to chime in and say yes or no, or add a little bit of context. I do believe, and let's take a look here, that the videos did help, and I think what they did, if I remember correctly, that I think that they did add these additional videos, which would have been key. So when we go here, closing the door, the auto drop, went down. When they opened it, it went up, and they're showing both that operation there. And then here is the other side. So as I've said before, and you've seen in these reviews, these are key things. Even if, for instance, you go, well, no big deal, I still want to buy the car, at least you know what you're getting into. Finding someone in your area to fix the auto drops, isn't going to be something that's potentially simple for you, depending on where you live and things like that. So you want to kind of get a context of what is working, what isn't working. You want to know what you're getting into, especially when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars. Oftentimes, you're taking a gamble if you can't go and see the car. I've had people say before in different auctions, I've heard friends, sell cars, and, someone say, well, they bought a car and they said, well, this isn't what I expected. And the person was like, well, I suggested that you come down and take a look at it. And the people are like, well, I'm too busy. It's like, well, hold on. You have to think about this sometimes. If you're going to spend 50, 60, 70,000, even 10,000 on a car, and if you're too busy to go look at it, but you're taking someone's word on it, even oftentimes people have different interpretations of, the condition of a car. Someone might say, man, this is an awesome car. I know this happened recently, actually, on a Lincoln. It was like an original style car, which I truly love, and someone bought it and they thought it would have been in nicer condition, more of a restored condition, and it was like, no, that's not the way it was described. So those are things that you have to keep in mind. 51,000 I think is a solid number. Although this was not the original color, it wasn't the original interior color, someone is going to have a 4-door convertible that they're probably going to go and enjoy and cruise around in. So stay on the rise. Again, check out the channel here for more videos, and check out Lincoln Addict Podcast however you find podcasts. Take care, everyone.